Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back for another self-care Sunday where we take time out to take care of our hair, deep condition, do whatever else we need to do. So today we are going to be reviewing the Mane Choice Peach Black Tea and Vitamin Fusion Anti-Shedding and Intense Volume Therapy Mask. And this is from their Mood collection. I did pick this up. I got this from Sally's. Yeah, I got this from Sally's. I had some really good coupons that I was ready to use. So when you have those Sally's coupons, like I use them on my most pricey products just because it really takes a lot of money off. Let's see, what are the claims on this baby? It says it intensely rejuvenates and moisturizes, restores vitality and improves hair's integrity, detangles, softens, and strengthens, greatly improves natural luster and shine. All great things. Now this collection is geared towards fine hair. It is something that you can use to prep for heat styling as well. So there's been some controversy around this collection, but I mean, you got to showcase the hair types that it caters to, right? And I have seen Type 4 Naturals use this and they liked it, but like, I mean, just the collection in general. They've used it and they've liked it, but it wasn't their preference, you know? So, most of those people, I think all the videos I watched, those people had coarse hair. They did not have fine hair strands. And there is a difference. You can have 4C hair and still have fine strands. But how are you guys doing this week? I'm actually doing pretty great. I can't complain. It's been it's been busy, but not like insane. Like I've been doing a lot at the store, but I kind of had a reclaiming my time moment when it came to my job. I've kind of gotten to a point where I'm just not super invested in my job anymore. And I think I'm starting to make that like abundantly clear. So sometimes you just have to do that because like I said, I think in a sense I was kind of being taken advantage of with like how much of a team player that I am. And, you know, I'm fine with being a team player until everyone else in the team decides that they don't want to be a team player and they just want to ride off of like my loyalty. So I don't really rock with that. So that's what that looks like. This is definitely a lighter texture. I really like the texture though. I feel like this is going to feel really good in the hair. Hopefully. I'm honestly hoping that I really do like this, truthfully, because it smells so good. It smells like peach, but it's not like Bath & Body Works candle peach, if you know what I mean. Like it's not a sickly peach, if that makes sense. So this is what my hair is looking like. And I did try to keep it in the Mane Choice family. So I did shampoo with my Minty Guava and Kiwi shampoo. And I use like a quarter size of conditioner. I just ran that through my strands just to further detangle. And then I also wanted to try out, so my buddy Xavier, he was saying that he had watched my Exotic Kool-Aid review and he saw me kind of struggling with that detangling brush. And I do want to pull that back out just to play with it and see if I can make it work. But I think that on that brush, I think it has all the makings of a great brush, but I feel like the bristles are a little bit too short. So he suggested I get the Philips Flex brush. So I got it because I trust my boo Xavier with everything. And his hair is much more thick and coarse and tighter than mine. So if this is detangling his hair like a breeze, I feel like hopefully this will work for me too. I think just in general, sometimes styling tools can make my hair a little bit frizzy. So that's, you know, but like I said, I really feel like some of that frizz came from just the fact that the bristles on that other one are super duper short. So, and I have a lot of hair and I feel like that one will work very, very well for me when I'm working in tiny sections, but I don't like to do super duper tiny sections. So there's actually been a lot going on in the natural hair world right now, which it's actually kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hilarious to me. I don't know if y'all caught the shade that Courtney Adelaide threw at My Old Organics. Now, first off, let me say this. I had suspected that Mielle Organics was copycatting for a while. And I know I'm starting at a weird place in this whole story time kind of situation, but bear with me. So a while back, Rochelle Graham Campbell, the owner of Alikay Naturals, I was watching her Instagram story. This was back when the Lemongrass collection released. And she was really upset because like a couple of days before, she had come on Instagram and asked us what we thought about her doing a podcast that was, you know, kind of related to business. This feels really nice, by the way. You know, just kind of giving out tips for running a business, you know, stuff like that. Kind of like a mentorship thing, but via podcast, right? And so she was really, really upset because she had discussed this on Instagram, and she said, next thing you know, the owner of a very well-known brand pops up, like literally the next day. Guys, I've been thinking about doing a podcast and I wanted to know what you guys thought about it. And basically Rochelle had said that this person was well known in the industry for copying. And she was like, she didn't want to devote her energy and give out any free publicity to the brand. So she was like, she wasn't going to name who it was. She said, just pay attention and you will figure out who it is very quickly, right? This is going through the hair like a breeze, and this is way more emollient than I thought it would be. Just by the way, this feels really, really good. So, I heeded what she said, and ooh, wait, Xavier, boy, hold, okay, I like this a lot better than the other one, and I know it sounds a little rough going through the hair, but it's not. I'm being very gentle. This feels really, really good. Okay. That got me a little off topic. But, I mean, y'all just, you see. But that's what I mean by, like, I think because the bristles on this are longer, it is a better detangling situation for me. I will have to see whether it, frizzes up the top pieces of my hair though, because that's where I got the frizz last time. Okay, all right, so I like this brush just right off the bat. So I started paying attention, and I had kind of noticed some things, and in my mind I felt like I already knew who the brand was, but it kind of just, that whole situation got left at the door. She really didn't do anything or say anything more to that effect. She basically just said, like, I'm blocking you. I'm tired of you stalking my page, you know, stealing my inspiration, capitalizing off of my concepts. And I totally understand that. And I think that's the thing that sucks about social media, is that social media, like, does give you the platform to be very open with people and to share your, you know, to share. Like, I think that's great. I think it's great that business owners can do that. But there are some people who don't have a single creative bone in their body. And if they can, you know, profit off of your hustle in any way, they will. And so, I don't know. I know a lot of y'all don't follow Instagram, but Mielle Organics is dropping a new line, I think on the either the 26th or the 28th. I'll annotate the date over here. And I have been excited about it. You guys know there are a lot of Mielle Organics products that I do use, love, enjoy. Like, I've had great success with a lot of Mielle Organics products. So she's dropping this new collection, and the marketing says the drip is coming soon. And when I was looking at it, I was like, damn, this looks familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on why, right? Well, Courtney, a couple of nights ago, posted she posted an old ad campaign from when she dropped the Tropical Moringa collection. And she also posted like the dates of when these things went up, like years ago, right? And so I looked at the ad and I was like, oh shit. It is honestly like the concept of this new Mielle Organics ad is dead on, like almost down to the music. Like the music even sounds super duper similar. And Courtney was like, she was the original drip. And the thing is, like, there were some people that were like, you know, it's a common saying, like, you don't get to trademark that. And it's like, but it's not that. Like, it's not this idea of using the drip in a campaign, which Courtney is the only person that has. So, but it's like the entire marketing concept, y'all. And I kind of noticed it. Like, sometimes I sit and I look at my Mielle products and I'm like, this pomegranate and honey looks curiously like the Mane Choice. And the little chick, the face that's in the Mielle marketing on their bottles now, like their newer stuff, because it didn't always look like that. They've been updating their packaging. But it does look a lot like the, I have this right here. Well, anything from the Mane Choice. Like, it has that, like, hair that's coming off of the M, even though they're not putting it, like, on the wording, like, on Mielle. It looks super duper similar. And I even showed this to my mom, who, like, has no relation to the natural hair community whatsoever. Like, she, but, like, I showed her the ads and she was like, that's not cool, you know? And the thing that killed me, and I don't think a lot of people saw that she did this, but Monique Rodriguez, she could have not said a single thing. She could have acted like she didn't see it. You know, and I understand standing up for yourself, but she made a comment to Courtney that I felt like was not only dismissive, but she basically put her own foot in her mouth and outed herself. Like, it was not cute. And so now, after all of this happened, because Courtney did delete the post, and I'm not gonna lie, I do have screenshots of what Monique said, because I felt like it was extremely disrespectful. And Courtney did clap back, and she was basically like, you don't want none of this. Courtney was like, you can't move until I do. Like, she read Monique for filth, but in such a classy way. Like, I was really impressed by that drag. But basically how Courtney explained it, and I know that this existed because I use products that do use this tactic, but it's basically a confusion tactic in marketing. So you can get damn near close to making identical packaging using relatively identical marketing without getting in trouble. And what these brands do is they do this, they take these concepts from other companies and they put it on their products to kind of confuse the consumer. And usually what they'll do is try to get their products in very close spacing on the shelves. And so, you know, you'll walk over and you're like, is this the Mane Choice? And you're like, oh, this is Mielle. And then you think, well, maybe that's good too. And then you pick up Mielle over Mane Choice. I know that this is the thing because my favorite gel, the Renpure, this company is kind of like a straight up ripoff of Wen, which I think we all know that Wen kind of flopped. Women were like having their hair falling out and shit. Nobody really cares about Wen anymore, and in my opinion, Renpure did it better. But I do understand, like, from a creative perspective, I'm sure it has to be annoying to consistently watch somebody use your concepts and use your ideas. And Monique kind of tried to make it seem like in her comment that Courtney was just concerned about the the competition, that she was jealous, that she was bitter. And the thing is, I don't feel like you get to say anything about anybody when you're copying ideas. And like, guys, if you really pay attention to it, you can see it. Like, it's not it's not difficult. She was the one that came on and asked about doing that podcast right after Rochelle said that she had started working on a podcast. She basically sees these ideas and tweaks them just enough for people to not necessarily peep that she's a copycat. And now that's the thing. I'm not saying that I'm not going to use my Mielle Organics anymore, because I can't really necessarily hold to that. Like, I am probably going to get this new collection because I want to see how it works. I know that a lot of her products don't work for people. And I do want to review that collection for you guys, but I do want to try it out too, because I'm not going to act like I haven't been excited about using what's coming from this brand. Like, I can't sit here and pretend that I haven't. that would just be dishonest. But I'm happy that somebody at least said something, you know? Because one, it educates us as consumers, but I do feel like every copycat has their day, you know? She does not have to use other brands for success, because to me, I feel like she has good products, regardless of whether other people feel that way or not. I do feel like she has good products, and that should be able to speak for itself. But we all know that the Mane Choice is the brand right now. Mane Choice is the girl that a lot of these folks want to be in this community. So it just, you know, a lot of people said that, you know, Courtney, I'm a little disappointed because you're a Christian and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, first of all, Courtney didn't, like, she basically put it there and let us figure it out for ourselves. She didn't call anybody out. She ain't tagged Monique. She ain't tagged Mielle Organics. But it's just the thing, like, I think me personally, if I had seen such a direct copy of my marketing, I would have done the same thing. And regardless of what people felt about it, I would have done the same thing. Because that's just, it's not okay. And I think at that point it was just too direct. But in Courtney's comment to Monique, she did say that apparently at like hair shows and stuff, she has been trying to basically take the people that she has had working her shows, like trying to get them to come over to work for Mielle Organics. That's just dirty, man. I'm really disappointed, but I'm not surprised. And obviously, I don't want anybody that, like, any influencers to get in the middle of that. So obviously that's going to be something that, you know, probably won't be a proven thing to the general public. But, Courtney's a smart woman. I do not think that she would have said it in a public forum if she couldn't prove it. I'll just put it that way. Y'all, this brush. See, this is why I love my boo Xavier. If you have Instagram and you're not following Xavier, you need to, because he has great recommendations. I like this brush. And I did get this off of House of Beauty. So I think I paid $7 for the brush because I had a coupon. And it was like $5 flat rate shipping, which was nice. I got my brush in like 3 days. I was really happy about that. So if you are interested in getting this, you can get it off of Amazon, but I suggest getting it off of House of Beauty, and I can leave the link that Xavier gave me to go and purchase that. If you've been interested in trying this. Also, just a side note, this mask feels really, really nice. I thought this was going to feel so light that it didn't have any substance to it, because it does kind of have like a whipped texture to it, but it's still really emollient. Like, I really like it. I'm hoping that my hair looks and feels as good when I'm done, you know, when I rinse it out. But I have very high hopes for this just by how it is feeling in the hair. But yeah, y'all, it was just so funny because, like, in the comment section, because obviously she didn't name anybody, so she was like, people were like, we don't understand, like, what's going on. And so I was like, y'all can DM me if you really want to know. You can DM me. And I spent like half the night like just talking to random people, which was really cool. I met some really sweet people and some of you guys that watch my videos, so hey. Like it wasn't like a negative or toxic situation at all. Like, everybody was really supportive of Kourtney, and people were just curious, because I do think, like, as consumers, especially when it comes to our favorite brands, like, we want to know these things. I think it does help us in the decision-making process. So this is my struggle section, so we'll see how this, I think it probably will get a little bit frizzy because that's just the nature of that section. The crown of my head stays trying to play me. But yeah, so it was drama, but it just kills me now because, like, Monique has been, like, sending out emails about, you know, you need to have a tribe and how her faith was tested this week. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, bruh, you don't get to be a copycat and go there. Like, stop it. Stop it with the scriptures. Stop it with the pity party. Like, this is a situation that she created. And I'm sorry, like you cannot, when you really compare certain things, you can't say that she hasn't jacked people's ideas, like, and just switched them up just enough for it to be legal, you know, like, for her to not get called out immediately. The sad thing is that I think that she has a lot of business acumen. I think that she is a relatively relatable woman and she makes great products. And I'm just like, dude, let your products speak for themselves. Like, I feel like at this point, I just want to see people doing better. And I think that she can have a successful business and do great without poaching people's ideas. But it's just, a lot of people are trying to copy Kourtney, like, especially with the Boss Conference. Like, you notice every CEO now wants to have their own version of that. Because Mahisha Dellinger is doing it too. Like, Kourtney is setting trends in this community. And in a lot of ways, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because I feel like we should be mentoring people, but I think the reasons that a lot of these people are hopping on the train with what Kourtney has been doing now aren't as admirable. I'll just say that. Like, Kourtney had that idea and she ran with it, and it has really, like, helped a lot of people, you know? This is how this side is looking, which is really nice. I am feeling it. But yeah, so there was that. There really usually isn't that much drama in the natural hair community that doesn't revolve around, like, texturism, you know? So that was interesting. It was very interesting. But I felt validated in a sense, because I had been, like I said, I had thought that it was Mielle. I thought Mielle was copying for a while. I just didn't say anything because, you know, like, even though, yeah, you can see it, like, it makes a difference when the people that are being copied kind of validate it, you know? So, but yeah, it sucks for these women that are, like, putting their hearts and souls into their work and what they do, and someone comes along and sees their success and then tries to capitalize off of that person's success, which, it's not cute, it's not cool, but hey, it's not new either. It's absolutely not new. Oh, so I am getting ready to start working out. I've kind of been, like, mustering up the courage. I am nervous. And mostly because the last time I worked out, it put me in the hospital. So I have a lot of fear around working out, which sucks because I used to love working out. I used to be a gym rat. I was going to the gym like 5 days a week and I felt amazing. And then when the cyst really started to progress, my endometriosis started to progress, it made it a lot harder to go to the gym, and eventually going to the gym, it would aggravate a lot of my cysts, and it would a lot of times put me in the hospital, unfortunately. Because even like last year when I was doing yoga, it got to the point where most of the stuff like I couldn't do. So like I kept up with meditation and stuff, but aside from that, like I haven't really been able to do like a lot of physical stuff. And now that my body feels like it's really like coming back into its own, I do want to start doing workouts again. So I'm gonna keep it light. I'm not gonna go ham right now, but I am ready to start losing weight because my little bones can't take it. Like, I'm short and my body's not made to have all this weight on me. So, and it's hard too because like the medications were really what caused me to start gaining weight. But then with basically having to be told by multiple doctors that I need to stop working out, it was rough. And it went from, okay, well, try yoga. And I did yoga. And that became too painful. And they were like, okay, well, you have to stop doing yoga. Just do long walks. And even that got painful because the cysts were so big. I knew this side was going to be a struggle at first, just because, and I've told you guys, this is always a side that's super duper tangled, but I kind of had that realization, like, this is the side that gets touched all the time. This is the side that's manipulated the most because I do a side part to the right, and so all of this hair over here is over here, and it gets hit with the elements the most, you know. It gets manipulated the most, so that's why the side is always so tangly. It took a second for me to realize that, but you know. And I like that I can actually detangle like one large section of hair. I don't have to do it in tiny sections to get results. Like, this is so relaxing. I don't know why, but when you have like a good detangling brush, it's so relaxing to just detangle your hair. This is the easiest detangling session I've had ever. And I did want to address one thing, because I'm not going to address the negativity around anything, but I know that when I do, there are some tips that I give, like not putting like 50,000 styling products in your hair or actually washing your hair. I am starting to get that, well, plenty of people do this and plenty of people do that. And I just want to say this because I think it is very important. When you know that you really shouldn't be doing something and you have a platform, you have to make the choice whether you are going to give responsible advice or give like case-by-case advice. And my responsibility is to give you guys the best advice possible, not to give you guys the plenty of people do this advice. I watch people that use way too many styling products in their head, and I also see their followers saying like, dude, that's a lot, like I don't think I could do that. And I really hate that like baseline response of, well, if you want your hair to do this and you want to take care of your hair, like you have to invest in it. You can invest in your hair and not put like 10 things in one styling session on your head. Like, that is possible. And it's stuff like that that kind of makes people feel like maintaining and taking care of natural hair and having healthy natural hair is unattainable because they feel like they can't afford all the products, like they can't do this, they don't have time for that. And I completely understand that. This is my thing. There are a lot of things that we know we should not be doing to our heads. And do plenty of people do them? Yes. But that's like that's kind of like a dumb excuse. And I don't mean to be rude about that. But I'm saying that because, like, plenty of folks know that you shouldn't be leaving your tampon in all day. But do plenty of people do it? Yes. Like if you leave your tampon in all day and you end up with toxic shock syndrome, your doctor's going to say, well, you shouldn't have left this in all day. And if you look at him and say, well, plenty of other people do it, he's going to be like, okay, and you still shouldn't. Like, I'm just saying. So I have a responsibility to you guys. I do have a growing viewership, and I am not going to sell you guys on things that I know personally are either unnecessary or unhealthy. Like, I'm not going to do that to you guys because I don't want y'all to feel overwhelmed. I don't want you guys to feel overwhelmed in the journey. I know it's easy to feel that way in the natural hair community because there are a lot of people that have just trained themselves to do all of this extra stuff, and that's fine. Like, if that's what you want to do. But, like, I'm a firm believer that natural hair does not have to be that hard, regardless of your hair type. And my thing is, it ain't the 4 C's putting all this shit in their heads. I'm just saying. Like, it's not them. It's not them. 4C Naturals ain't doing that. Like, or at least the ones that I watch are not doing that. It's the 3 C's that that put the type 4 label on everything. You know what I mean? And I think not only does that confuse people, because I'm like, we can see that you got like one patch of 4A hair in your head. But I think it makes people a little overwhelmed because then they feel like, well, if I'm not doing all of this, then am I doing something wrong? And no, you're not. You know, it's okay to have a simple routine. And again, styling products are styling products, and they really aren't meant to be layered like that, you know? You just increase your chances for buildup, and you increase your chances for flaking, and you increase the chances of having a subpar style because you put on like 5 different styling products and expected them all to work together. Especially when they're not marketed to work together. Like, if the brand doesn't, you know, suggest that you use them together and you just pile them all on together, like, you take that risk. So, you guys, like, it's very rare that you will see me coupling, like, multiple stylers together. You're never going to see me, like, only co-washing. I don't do that. Because while, yes, I do believe that you can have healthy hair and co-wash, I still believe that you need to wash your hair. And people like to hit you with that, well, our ancestors, and I'm like, our ancestors didn't live in a heavily polluted planet, you know? Like, first of all, you know, if you're going to use products, then you need to cleanse those products, like, effectively, you know? Like, their products are made to handle the other products that you use, if that makes sense. Because you created one problem, you have to create a solution for another, if that makes sense. But also, like, the level of pollution that we live with today, like, you know, our ancestors weren't living on a boiling planet, and they didn't have cars. There's just, it's a whole nother thing. That's why I am very steadfast in that I do co-wash, and I do believe in co-washing. I don't look down on people who co-wash. I do think that there is a stigma around co-washing because you have a lot of folks that will tell you, oh, I co-wash with Hello Hydration. You should not be co-washing with silicone heavy conditioners. You need to be co-washing with something that has a surfactant. Which, there are some co-washes that I use that I really like that don't have surfactants in them. And you can't just trust that because something says it's a co-wash, that there's anything that is cleansing in it. But if you are only co-washing, especially if you are using like silicone heavy products, like you're not really cleaning your hair, because all those silicones are doing is coating your hair and attracting more of the stuff that you're putting on it. So you're not really getting clean hair. And I especially stress that because I am a wash and go girl, and it's really hard to have successful wash and goes if you're not cleansing your hair. But also, like I said, I'm coming from a perspective of someone who has, I guess, technically become a product reviewer, and I want to give you guys the most thorough and accurate review possible. And if I'm using 10,000 styling products on my head, then that's not an accurate review. Like, and that's what I was speaking on, was that, you know, this person was reviewing a product. It doesn't matter if that's what people do on a regular. Like, this person was reviewing a product, and, you know, regardless, I'm just going to use this excess conditioner that just came off the brush. Like, regardless, you are selling people on this idea that maybe these products aren't good because you didn't use them correctly. And I don't want to do that to you guys. That's why, like, when I have a big collection and there's multiple styling products in the line, like when I did the African Pride review, I separated that collection. So I did 2 different videos so that I could showcase every single product and make sure I was using the product according to how it was instructed. And then I just paired those things with stuff that I thought would work for styling, because like I used the curling cream, and like technically you can use that as a styler, but for my hair type that was not an effective styler. So I just found something that it mixed with and I used it that way. But that's why I do that, because I want to give you guys the most thorough and accurate review possible. And I think that's why a lot of you guys watch me, because I try to give you the most thorough and accurate review possible. But I'm not going to tell you guys to do something that I know does not make sense. You know what I mean? Like, that's just doing a disservice to you. And I feel like if that's what y'all wanted to see, then y'all wouldn't be watching me. I just thought I'd address that, because I have a responsibility to you guys. Like, I have taken on that responsibility. And I want to continue to give you guys accurate and detailed content so that you guys can make the best decisions for yourself. And I cannot do that if I am making choices that I know don't make sense. Like, if that's what y'all choose to do, do it. Like, I'm not telling you you have to do anything. But I'm not going to suggest that you do. Like, I'm trying to be a responsible person here. So, I did make a little bit of a mess, but whatever. So, all that product is applied. It smells so good, y'all. Like, peachy, but still kind of earthy. Like, this is a whole mood. Like, I understand why they call it the Mood Collection, even though I think it's the Mood Collection because it's a collection that you can use for curly styles, but also for heat styling. So it like kind of, you know, fits your mood. The first 5 ingredients are water, cocamidopropyl betaine, glycerin, lemon peel oil, and vitamin E. So if you have a sensitivity to citrus, it's the 3rd ingredient. Be careful. I've never seen cocamidopropyl betaine this high up in a hair mask, which is probably why it started to foam a lot, but it does actually look like it's, like, it was definitely really penetrating into my strands before I laid all that extra conditioner on top of my head. So I do feel like this is going to penetrate into the strands. It has thermal protection for the curly or straight hair mood, a weightless way to healthier hair. So this is supposed to be weightless. It says peach black tea and vitamin fusion mask delivers intense moisture and helps to repair damage. Offers weightless conditioning and protection, leaving the hair strong, vivacious, and full of body. So I am not expecting this to really weigh my hair down at all. That's the complete opposite of what it says to do. But it sounds like it is going to actually like give your hair a little bit of body. And I think this is supposed to help with elasticity. Yeah, it says to repair damage, so it's going to inherently help with elasticity. Sit under the dryer for 15 minutes, or you can leave it on for 30 minutes without heat. So I'll probably do about 20 minutes just because, like I said, y'all know my dryer be trying to play me. But yeah, guys, so yeah, I just wanted to tell you that, like, I aim to give you guys, like, the most accurate information possible, and also, like, give you guys advice that is going to make your life easier in the long run. That's what I care about. I don't want y'all stressed on my channel, and I don't ever want you guys to, like, watch a routine or hear advice and feel, like, really, really stressed out, or see me piling, like, a billion things on my head and feel like you have to do the same thing to, like, get the same results. Like, my viewership is growing, and I have to understand that as my viewership grows, my responsibility becomes greater. And I owe it to you guys to try to give you guys, like, the best information possible. So I just wanted to say that. So, like, if I say something that you feel like, oh, well, other people are doing it too, understand that, like, people are entitled to do whatever they want to their hair. But when I'm giving you guys advice, I'm coming from a place where scientifically and in a common sense manner, like, I'm going to give you guys the best possible advice. I don't care about all the other people. Like, I want to give you guys the best advice. So, yeah, that's all that comes from. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to go sit underneath my deep conditioning cap for 20 minutes. And I will be back to show you guys my final results. So I'm back. And I'm with my boo. You say hey? You say hi to the people? He just got a bath. Yeah, you say hi. So these are my results with the peach black tea, and I am super duper happy with it. Now let me put my hair up, and I'm going to actually take him back outside because he is upsetting Ellie. He's not doing anything to her. She's just not used to him. Y'all can see how my hair is looking. I do have frizz in the back as I expected, but my hair feels amazing. So a little bit of frizz. I think it's going to take some time for my hair to get used to the brush. I have a lot of shrinkage, but overall my hair feels really silky and strong. But anyway, so I love how that mask made my hair feel. Even though the whole volume thing is definitely true, it wasn't like that deep wave fresh out of the pack look at all, which is fine. But this mask made my hair feel really soft, but also really, really strong. It kind of reinforced everything. It definitely penetrated into my hair strands, and I think the brush actually helped that along as well. One thing I do love is that this is how much product I use. I didn't use a ton of it, and I could actually probably use less. I probably will use less as I continue to use this product. But this is a 12-ounce container, which I love for the main choice. Usually their stuff is like 8 ounces. So I do like having this 12-ounce container, and I will leave the price of this in the description box. But I really like it, guys. I'm actually really surprised. And I think that this is something that's going to allow my hair to get a little bit more fullness once my wash and go is completed. I actually had that experience with the hibiscus hair healer from Soultanicals. That softness lasted, and it made my hair so soft. And the wash and go process, when my style was finished, it was softer than I was used to when using those products, and it just added more volume and fullness to my hair. I think this is absolutely going to do that. If you have super duper coarse hair, I think that this is still worth trying. You'll probably want something a little bit thicker than this, but if you are somebody that is trying to get a little bit more volume in your style, really trying to like get those super duper soft wash and goes, I think this is going to be awesome because it's definitely going to do that for me. I love the smell. Let me just go over the claims right quick so I can kind of compare my experience to the claims. It says it intensely rejuvenates and moisturizes. Yes, I found that I have awesome moisture. It's amazing moisture. My hair feels so good, and it's touchable moisture. I didn't think I would get touchable moisture from this mask. I thought it would be kind of one of those masks where it's more so hydrating, and I thought it was going to be something where I would wash it out and I could see the benefits, but I couldn't really feel them. Not the case at all. I can feel that I had a super duper moisturizing mask in my hair. It says it restores vitality and improves hair's integrity. The whole vitality thing, yes, my curls do look shinier. They are softer, and improves integrity. My hair feels stronger. It says it detangles, softens, and strengthens. This has a really nice slip on it. I did not have to use a detangling brush to slip that this mask through my curls, but I used the detangling brush because I really needed to detangle. So I did absolutely find that this does detangle. You can use this alone with your fingers. It has awesome slip. Softens, absolutely. Strengthens, absolutely. You guys know I love that balance of strengthening and softening products. I love that in a conditioner. And greatly improves natural luster and shine. Absolutely. My hair is definitely like shiny, but still nice and dark, and just my hair just looks really, really good. Obviously, the brush is going to color how I felt about the overall look of my hair, because I did have a lot of extra shrinkage and some extra frizz in the back, like I said I would have. I knew what I was getting into with that, but overall, I love this detangling brush. This is what I needed. It really helped with the detangling process. It helped me get all the shed hair out, because I felt like I wasn't getting all of my shed hair out, and I got it all out with this. I'm really, really happy with this brush. Xavier, thank you. So if you have been interested in this brush, like I said, I will leave a link in the description box for the Philip Flex brush, because I really do enjoy this. And like I said, the person that recommended this to me has a much more coarse, dense hair type than I do. And so if it works for him, I think it'll work for any of you. Just putting that out there right now. So yeah, that is my final thoughts on this Mane Choice Peach Black Tea and Vitamin Fusion Anti-Shedding and Intense Volume Therapy Mask. Overall, I love this. This beats out the green tea for me. And it honestly kind of, I'm gonna have to use my Do It For The Culture again to compare how I feel about that to this one, but it almost kind of beats out the Do It For The Culture for me, just because the Do It For The Culture is 8 ounces and this one is 12, and I feel like this did all the things that that one does, but kind of a step up from that, and I'm so shocked by that. I honestly didn't have high hopes for this until I started applying it, if that makes sense. Super happy with my results. So if you have been on the fence about trying this, I highly suggest it. You're getting a good amount of product in here. I really enjoy the results of it. This isn't going to be something that everybody loves, but I really like it. And like I said, this is a collection geared towards fine hair. I have fine hair strands, and I felt like it did everything that I needed it to do. I feel like for people that are doing set styles, like curling sets, rod sets, perm rods, all that stuff, this will be amazing for all hair types. If you're just wash and going, I would say people with a fine to medium texture will definitely benefit from this, unless you're someone that is trying to get a little bit more volume in your wash and go styles. So yeah, that's my review on this mask. Thank you guys so much for joining me for Self-Care Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Really important day for me, because I'm a daddy's girl. So I'm gonna go do my hair so I can go ahead and get ready to take my dad out to dinner. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.